know that beans come in all shapes and sizes, so today we will be talking to you about how to help your VIB order the right size for their bean. A more accurate fit will improve your VIB shopping experience, reduce the number of returns and exchanges, increase sales, and build your confidence as a stylist. As a new stylist, it can be intimidating to offer size recommendations to customers, so we produced a short video to help navigating sizing your bean. To increase your confidence, first we suggest that you measure your bean, and then get familiar with our sizing chart, which is in the back of our catalog here. Our measurement chart outlines best sizing options based on your child's measurements. These measurements are not the actual measurements of the clothes, but are provided for you as a guideline. The measurements you will need so that you can best fit your bean are their height, their chest size, their waist, hips, and the inseam. When measuring your bean, it's best that they be in fitted clothing or underwear without shoes. There are some key things to remember when ordering children's clothing, since ages and sizes vary.
Alright, so Ethan has graciously volunteered to be measured for us today. We're going to start with the height, which is measured from the top of the head to the bottom of the feet, just like this. And then we're going to measure his chest, which is just right under the armpit and across the chest. And then we're going to do the waist, which is at the natural bend of the waist. So Ethan, if you'll just bend to one side for me to find that measurement. It's usually at the belly button, but sometimes a bit higher depending. And then we're going to do the hip, which is at the widest point around. And then we're going to do the inseam, which is from the crotch down to the floor on the inner leg. And that'll be your inseam measurement on your pants. So it's important when measuring to make sure your measuring tape is flat so that you get the most accurate measuring tape. So this is Lily. She's going to help us today as one of our models. So to measure the height, this is easier to do against a wall as well if your kid's a bit taller. But from the top of the head to the floor, just straight up and down. Chest is just under the armpits. And straight across. Our waist is at the natural waist, so if Lily just bends a little bit, it's easiest to find it, and then she can straighten out so we can get a perfect measurement there. And then hip is across the widest point. And then inseam is from the crotch down to the floor, past the feet. And that's how you measure. Your child might easily fall into the size range, however this isn't always the case. For example, Ethan's height is 45.5, so he's falling into the size 6 for height. His chest is 22.5. We would suggest he move into a size 5, seeing as how he's in between the size 4 and 5 in his chest measurement. His waist is 21.5, which is falling in a size 4. His hip is 25, which is falling in between a 5 and 6. And his inseam is 19, which would be in between a 5 and a 6 as well. We would suggest for pants that he sizes up in regards to his inseam and would then wear a size 6. For pants, the most important measurements to follow are the hip and inseam, and for tops, the most important measurement to follow is the chest. So for example, if the waist is landing like for Ethan in a size 4, you would still move into the size 6 pants, as the hip and inseam would be the most sensitive areas for his sizing. For Lily, her height is measuring 50, her chest is measuring 24.5, her waist is measuring 23, her inseam is measuring 25, and her hip is measuring 28. For pants, we would then suggest that she would be wearing a CC size 8. She could also fit into a Peekaboo Beans size 8, but there wouldn't be much room for growth. In the chest, she's measuring 24.5, so in tops we would recommend her purchasing either a size 6 top or a size 7, which would give her room to grow.
Don't worry, we have free returns. If you suggest a size for your customer and they're not 100% happy with it, you're able to exchange for a different size for free. And if you need a little extra help measuring, don't forget we have our brand and measuring tape available on Vine for $1.50.